I would like to ask Xpeng, is the 4G network fast enough to load 3D maps? I don't consider whether I can make money, but you definitely can. Hello everyone, let's experience the car that makes many future Xpeng owners very anxious, the Xpeng Mona M03. In October, Xpeng delivered 23,970 units, of which the volume of this car exceeds 10,000 in September and October. It can be said that this car is the seventh year of Xpeng Motors. According to online information, the official orders for this car has reached 100,000. In other words, according to Xpeng's current production capacity, its future owners have to wait at least 2 or 4 months. So is this car worth waiting for so long? From the front of car, the overall design of the M03 is very different from that of other series of Xpeng cars. Its headlights are not split but integrated. Visually speaking, the front design of this car is indeed very aggressive. But when you stand in front of the car, you will feel that the body of this car is now low. In fact, there have been information that the M03 is a model that Xpeng previously cooperated with a Chinese Uber company, Didi. Due to the technical conditions at the time, the lower part of car body could now be designed very low. But I still admire the design team of Xpeng company very much because it's difficult to design sporty on the higher car floor. I think they are very smart on this product. With limited hardware conditions, there's no need to design the shape more complicated. Another highlight is that the air intake below can be opened electrically. Combined with the hidden door handles and the design of the small camera on the C-pillar, the drag coefficient of this car is optimized to 0.194, and it's also a fatback model. You should know the above conclusion of gasoline vehicles in China are generally available in models of 500,000 Chinese yuan. Xpeng company said this car is for young people. Well, it's better to say I want to kill my competitors. Well, this car sells from 120,000 Chinese yuan to 160,000 Chinese yuan. The side design of the M03 is also very recognizable, considering its length of 4,780 millimeters. It's difficult for compact cars to retain streamline and sportiness at this side. Most designs can only code not ugly. Audiences may have doubts. Is the lower part of this car really high? Well, from the parameters, this car's height is 1,445 millimeters, indeed now high. But what if I put the camera lower? What if I open the door? You find that its floor is very high. M03 chose the Blade battery of Fuji Battery Company. This is also a common model used by BYD. The Blade battery is placed vertically, making it impossible for its floor to be low. According to the information I have learned, the thickness part of its battery is 18 centimeters. So once you open the door, you will feel its lower part is foolish. The car I test drive is an entry model equipped with 18-inch rims. You can also add extra fee for 19-inch rims. From the overall design of each side, I don't think it's a fastback model at first sight. So what's the secret of its fastback? Compared with the aggressive and beautiful design of the front, its rear is one of the ugliest I have ever seen. The bulges on both sides are very strange, and the ugliest thing is the rear lights. Okay, the rear lights are designed to echo the front of the car, but I don't think it's necessary to echo for the sake of echoing, right? I also found that Xpeng realized the rear of this car very ugly, so it's hard to see the rear of this car in their promotion videos. Human aesthetics are similar. Compared with the ugly rear, will its trunk space make you consider buying this car? Fatback works. The initial trunk space of this car reaches 621 liters. When you open the trunk, you will understand it's a fatback model. Indeed, 621 liters is larger than the trunk space of many SUVs. After folding down the rear seats, the space reaches a terrifying 1,603 liters. You see the space under the partition? How deep is it, huh? I can even lie down the trunk space without any problem. Now I can imagine the state of many consumers who buy this car. Wow, why is the rear of this car so ugly? Wow, the trunk space of this car is perfect. Buy it! Regarding its interior, I think it's a good interpretation of the minimalistic design style. It's not like the Tesla that has almost nothing, but it retains some lesser touch that the Chinese market likes very much. Many places we can see a rapid with lesser touch materials. Here, I emphasize that it's now real lesser. As for the entry model I tested, the main driver does not have ventilation and heating function, nor do the ambient lights. Functions such as wireless charging and automatic dual-zone air conditioning are available, and they even equip it with 360-degree camera as standard. They also give away 18 speakers for a limited time. At this price, it also comes with Sky Audio, but effects. Then this car machine is equipped with the previous generation's flagship Snapdragon 8155. To be honest, optimization of this car machine system is very good. Whether it's menu selection, software, or voice recognition, it's very accurate. But I have one point really need to point out. The original map from the car machine really likes a shit. How bad is the map? For example, it was obvious that I had to take an auxiliary lane ahead, but because the map couldn't react, I was asked to drive onto the viaduct. I was supposed to take the path under the viaduct, but drove directly to the viaduct. Here, I need to turn right onto the auxiliary lane, but after I entered the auxiliary lane, the map did not load in time.
你好，小屁！你看，又。我这已经。网络有点小问题，请稍后再试试吧。你看，现在我在上面，看到没有？它显示我在这个洞下面，在左边。
Even though I was taking the correct route, the map still thought I had entered the tunnel and directed me to turn around head. If I had believed it, I would have had to take a detour of several kilometers.
我看地图，应该是往右。
我倒一下吧。
你倒一下。
上高速了，我就疯了。上
高速，然后我们把高速拍了，把高速的镜头给拍了。不知道怎么走了。
Fortunately, I knew this road, so I turned right and entered the correct lane. The most annoying thing is that when I'm about to reach my destination and turn right, the entire navigation interface line just gone. Finally, I discovered that this car machine is based on 4G signal. I would like to ask Xpeng, is the 4G network fast enough to load 3D maps? Xpeng, please keep doing the basic function well and start making innovations. M03 also has a very interesting function. If you feel stressed, you can even knock on the wooden fish in the car. For real, when the map broke, I knocked the wooden fish 1,000 times. Well, we will choose the M03, which has new functions but may have bugs, or just buy a stand and put your phone on it. The back row space of this car can only be said that within my expectation. The first feeling when sitting in the back row is that the cushion is really very high, and because of the price of this car, there is no armrest in the middle, which is okay. If you want to sit more comfortably in the back row of this car, your head will definitely hit the area of the seat pillar. What puzzles me most that I don't know why Xpeng has to learn about the so-called innovative designs of many manufacturers. There's no reserve handles in the back row. Just imagine a scenario when you are sitting in the back seat of this car and driving on a mountain road. Where do you put your hands? This will make you feel very unsafe. Also, I don't like this design of panoramic sunroof. It's still autumn now, but as long as the sunshine is a little bigger, you can feel the heat rolling in when sitting in the back seat. You will know the so-called sun protection in the parameters after you try it. To be honest, before test driving the M03, I had very low expectations for Xpeng's ability to turn straight seats because a few years ago I once sat on their first product, the G3. At that time, Chinese electric car companies were targeting Tesla. Xpeng was no exception. But they obviously targeted the wrong way. I remember it was a summer afternoon, and I vomited my lunch all over the floor as soon as I got out of the car. Why? Because Xpeng was learning from Tesla at the time. The kinetic energy recovery was very strong. As long as the accelerator was not stepped on, the car would jack to a stop coupled with relatively poor hardware configuration. Can you believe it? The rear suspension of the G3
is a torsion beam suspension.
In addition, it was the first time Xpeng built a car, and there was basically no chassis turning ability, so the G3 felt bumpy and shaky. If you turn a little, you feel that the whole car is sleeping. But the turning of M03 far exceeds my expectations. When I first test drove this car, it happened to be on a small mountain road. I can say responsibility on this mountain road, as long as you don't make too big or too intense turns, is fully capable. Moreover, I think the steering ratio of this car is almost perfect. The minimum turning radius is 5.3 meters, which is almost the same as that of a car with a rear view steering function. So whether it's changing lanes, turning quickly, or turning around, when you control the steering wheel, you will have a very clear prediction of the car's next stage. Compared with its appearance, its power is indeed mediocre. The entry model I test has a maximum horsepower of 190 and a maximum torque of 225 Newton meters. I think it's just enough for a 1.6 ton, nearly 4.8 meter long electric sedan. 7.8 seconds per 100 kilometer acceleration will make you feel, okay, this car is neither slow nor fast. In terms of hardware, I think it's almost the same as the G3. The front suspension is Michelson and the rear suspension is a torsion beam. But why is its handling experience much better than that of the G3? I think there are two reasons. The first is that the sedan has a lower body and higher stability. The second is I think their engineers did not release a lot of torque at the beginning of acceleration. For the braking part, I think they also made a very correct decision. They chose a matrix solution from Bosch, the intelligent integrated braking of IPP, and a comfortable braking function. In my actual braking experience, except for the braking feeling on high-speed roads where the foot needs to be pressed harder, I don't think there's any problem when using it on urban roads. Today's mature braking solutions will adjust the braking force according to the driving conditions of the car. I think it's a very smart approach. After all, it's difficult for Xpeng to debug brakes compared with traditional car manufacturers. And they finally brought 100 kilometers to stop braking distance of 35.63 meters, which also verified my opinion. As for the suspension support of this car, I think they're still not that good. When this car passes speed bumps or potholes, or it will try to control these forces, you will still feel the vibration transmitted to you due to its hardware conditions. In addition, its seat support is normal, so you will indeed feel very tired after sitting for a long time. But why doesn't the driver feel obvious vibration when the compact gasoline cars of the same price uses almost the same suspension hardware? Because gasoline vehicles are lighter and the accessories of gasoline vehicles are distributed throughout the vehicle, the vibration will also be transmitted to every corner of the vehicle body. For the driver, the feeling will not be so obvious. Electric vehicles only have batteries, motors, very simple. Once the chassis is not adjustable, the vibration will be particularly obvious. Plus, you had better not drive this car on the highway, because the vibration from the ground will make you realize it's a compact car. I still need to earn more money. In general, the chassis turning ability of M03 is worth buying. In fact, its sales also prove that consumers are working with real money. If you want to experience the intelligent drive of Xpeng, the car I test drive and the high configuration only have the basic LCC and ACC. Intelligent driving on highways and urban area is only available in the top configuration. When will the top configuration be available? They said that it will start after the Chinese Spring Festival in 2025. After 2 days of test driving, I strongly suspect that M03 is based on G3 or P5 combined with the development time of this car. I think it's actually a product based on G3 modification. How did I find out? During my test drive over the past few days, I took the car to drive. I found that its maximum charging power is around 74 kilowatts with on Xpeng supercharging station. Since Xpeng arranged a new manager 1.0 and 510 executives, I think Xpeng's capabilities in product development and supply chain are indeed obvious to the top. In fact, turning a semi-finished product into a product is much more difficult than from 0 to 1. Limited by highway conditions, I think M03 has presented the strongest product power to consumers. At a price starting from 120,000 yuan, you can get a fast bag, a large trunk space, good control, and enough using slicing tuning, and a first-hire smart cockpit. If the top configuration can be divided smoothly, it will become the cheapest model with high-end smart pilot capabilities in the Chinese market. But I remain doubtful of the wish scheme because I experienced the map. I really don't know how it can automatically drive in a more complex situation. It's not shameful to equip a LiDAR on the car. Plus, just on the Xpeng Technology, they announced that they will release an extended range model. They once said that they will beat out all hybrid models. I'm not sure whether the Xpeng car can make a profit at this price, but I'm really sure of their determination to make this car. I don't consider whether I can make money, but you definitely can.